On the way, isn't there?
There certainly is lots of rain for many of us tomorrow, Lucy. So today itself then we have seen a change in wind direction. So instead of the winds coming in from the north, so it's a cold wind direction, they've been coming in from the west. And I think for most of us it's quite a fine evening out there with quite a bit of sunshine around. But as always, a change on the way, a dose of wetter and windier weather for all of us tomorrow. No weather warnings out at the moment, but things may change as there could be some disruption. So if you're wondering why has it been so cool recently, well, it's all down to the jet stream. It's a ribbon of winds located high up in the atmosphere, and this jet stream, the positioning of it really matters because if it's to the south of us, which is what's been happening recently, it allows colder air to be drawn in from northerly latitudes. Another way of seeing this is by looking at the air mass chart. So yesterday you can see we had these cold northerly winds, and so temperatures across the country were typically 2 to 6 degrees below what we'd expect at this time of year. Today then we have seen a change in wind direction, but tomorrow back to southerlies. So usually southerly winds would mean some warmer weather, but actually because we have weather fronts moving across the country, it's actually going to turn wetter and windier and still feeling quite cool. So last night in the northerly winds and those clear skies, those temperatures really did dip away, didn't they? So for example, Pembrey Sands in Carmarthenshire, we dipped away to around 2 degrees. That's around 9 degrees, what we would expect at this stage in June. As for this evening then, quite pleasant out there for most of us with some late sunshine, just the chance for an isolated shower. Overnight then that cloud will tend to thicken across the country, introducing just a few spots of patchy light rain or drizzle under that thickest cloud, but most of us getting away with a dry night. It will be a little bit milder than it was last night, that's because of the cloud amounts, and there will be a little bit more of a breeze, more so along the west coast. So tomorrow then we have a warm front and cold front that will sweep its way across the country, introducing those unsettled conditions. So if you are up early tomorrow, you'll probably see some dry conditions, but they're not set to last. Cloud will thicken further, visibility will become reduced, and then we've got all this wet weather to come. So where you can see these green shades, some of the rain will be on the heavy side. I suspect there will be some high rainfall totals in places. But on top of the wet weather, those winds will also strengthen up from the south, especially for western counties. So for Irish Sea coastal spots, we could see gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour, which could cause some disruption for some holiday makers, and because those trees are in full leaf too. Temperature-wise then, because of the cloud, breeze and wet conditions, then they will be below average for the time of year. By the time we get to Friday, somewhat of an improvement, but still we'll see a fair few showers, some of which will pack together, and there's also the chance for some rumbles of thunder, and temperatures once again getting up into the mid-teens, upper teens in a few spots, and not quite as breezy. And then if you're thinking ahead to the weekend, Saturday still the risk for some thundery showers. At the moment, Sunday a few showers, but it should turn drier, and then generally speaking temperatures going a little bit above average early next week. That's your latest, Lucy.
A wet couple of days ahead. Sabrina, thank you very much.